TB1.
You went where?
So I think it's recording now. So
yes.
Yeah. So
Chadwick called you. Wife called you.
His wife. We spoke through his wife, and she expressed how much she loved the spice. They were using it. I'm so grateful for that because he's a huge inspiration. And also Atwanda Kanai, who played the father in Black Panther, loved it. His family used it. And then I got invited to go on TB1's Sister Circle.
Okay.
And there's a video on YouTube showing, when we were cooking on TB1 Sister Circle, and I made Killmonger hot wings. On that show, using the spice of Wakanda.
Oh wow! I see it right here. Let me play with you guys quickly. Wait, I think this first one here, right?
Yes. So after I.
Because he's a master at blending spices that bring out the true flavor of any dish. Today he's bringing us a taste of the motherland with a recipe inspired by the flavors of Wakanda.
How delicious the cuisines are of the Black diaspora.
Okay, so I got to go and cook Killmonger hot wings on Sister Circle. But the point I'm proving is that you have to paint the picture before anybody else can see it. So that's what my whole intention was behind all of that stuff.
Let's unpack that for 1 second. What does that mean? So for me, I hear agents say, "Oh, well, I'm not a big time agent right now. What value I'm going to give to people on YouTube or social media? I'm not a big time this, I'm not a big time that, so I shouldn't be on social media." And I say to them, no, that's wrong. You have to arrive there before anyone else comes and believe in yourself. You're providing value and you're kind of faking it till you make it. Some say, what's your take on it, Keith? Tell me.
I don't believe it's not faking it until you make it.
Okay.
From this moment is the past. This moment right here is the past. Look, it's the past already. So in order to get to where you're trying to get to, you have to become right now what you're seeking to be. So by the time the next moment comes, you're already that, if that makes any sense.
And 100% in that. So this is the principle of law of attraction, right? People say, well, I'm going to think about it and I'm going to become it. No, you have to be it.
So I had a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine named Ron call me one year. And this is during one of my struggle years because wasn't nothing going right. And that's also a part of the test, how determined you are. Listen, nothing was going right. I was broke. I owed people money. The orders that came through for the store, some of them fell through. My family was telling me I needed to get a job. Other people in my family were telling me that I was a loser, that I should be kicked out on the streets. When am I gonna be a contribution to the family? My friends were making jokes. So, why you dressed like that? You look terrible. Your hair looks bad. Nobody's gonna buy your products. Why do you have to look like that? When are you gonna make some real money? Why your clothes look bad? Why do you gotta, who do you think you are? That whole kind of thing. You've been making these spices for years. When you gonna actually make some real money? This is a hobby. You know what I mean? You know how hard it is to get.
How many years did you endure? I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. How many years did you have to hear that?
The whole time. Like I said, I started with my first YouTube video in 2011. I didn't get into grocery stores until 2015. And even when I got into stores in 2015, I didn't have any money. So I had to go through these loan shark deals, these loan shark factoring companies, and I never made a dime. I remember my first grocery store order with Stop and Shop was $25,000. And to me, that was like $1 million to me at the time. And I'm like, where in the F am I going to get $25,000 to make this order? And everybody was laughing at me, but it happened. I ended up doing it somehow, some way, because that's how it is. You just got to go through it. What happened was, and then once I got the order, the manufacturing company that was going to do it for me backed out a week before the order was due. So I was distraught. I was in hell. And I was like in basically tears, but not visually, but internally. I was in tears and frantic. And I ended up going to this barbecue place in the hood in Miami, and I ended up meeting this guy named Bowleg. And he was like, "Why you look so crazy?" I was like, "Man, I got the biggest opportunity of my lifetime. I got this opportunity to get in the grocery stores, which I've been asking for years, and I got it. And the company that was going to make it for me backed out, and I don't know what to do." He's like, "Well, I got somebody for you. You trusting God?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "God got you. He got you this far. You're going to get through it." I was like, "No, man, but you don't understand. Where the hell am I going to get the money for, and how am I going to get it done? Because I only have a few more days." He's like, "Don't worry, I got you somebody." So he brought me to a company in Miami, and they whipped it up for me. But even that was a test because they wanted all the money up front. Then they were treating me like shit. Then they were talking to me bad about my performance. Why you gotta add this? Why you gotta add that? Like I don't know what I'm doing. It was just a very difficult time. And then the money wasn't right because, like I said, I had to do these factoring deals. So it was hell. People were seeing, movement going in. My family was seeing movement going in with the stores, but wasn't no money being made. It was being made, but I wasn't getting paid. And so then I had to, because the manufacturing company was so bad, I also had to mix spices in a small garage too. So I'm sitting here mixing in bowls while the other people are mixing at the factories. It was just a very difficult time, and I was getting a lot of abuse mentally and verbally and financially and all the way around. And everybody has their triggers. Some people's abuse may be physical, but my abuse was from myself, my perspective of my self-esteem, my living environment, the people around me in the religious group, in the friends group, and all of the groups that were around me were attacking me. So I really had to go, and I did some things to bolster my strength. The first thing I did was I would barricade myself in my room, and I would do affirmations. I would look in the mirror, and I would be like, you see me doing it stuff in the videos. And a lot of people at first was telling me that I'm so arrogant and all this. "Oh, you're arrogant." But it was not out of arrogance that I was doing what I'm about to tell you I did. It was not out of arrogance. I had to project so much positivity within myself to counteract all the negativity that I was getting on the outside. So I would go on the rear and I would write this down on posters around my wall. "I'm the spiciest man in the world. I'm the king of spice. I'm the Duke of Delicious. The Kaiser Curry. I'm a $1 billion brand. I'm the sexiest spice person in the world." Whatever it was. I'm the most successful spice company. Just a whole bunch of affirmations. "I'm rich. I look good. I feel good. I smell good. I'm dripped in gold." I would say all of these things to counteract all of the negative that I was getting. And I would not look, I did not look at my present circumstance. I lived in the next moment. So I lived for the time where I could live on the ocean. In fact, on my vision board, I said I was going to move into the ocean. I was going to move into my beach house by September 15, 2019. But I ended up moving into my beach house September 15, 2020 to the day. Actually, I did the day before. So it was just all magical how it all worked out. And everything was magnetized to me as I had written it on my boards and as I was saying it to myself and as I was putting it into the videos, if that makes any sense.
Jessica, you hearing this? Michelle, team?
Yeah, I am.
I'm curious though. Can I ask a question really quick? I'm curious, right? And
yes.
So we all do affirmations, we hear that a lot, but what was your reason or your rationale behind putting it on video for everyone else to hear? Or like, what was the reason for that? Accountability or?
So,
because I can see how some people might have said, "Hey, you're being arrogant," because they don't understand, right? So by you putting it out there in the world, you were still getting that negative feedback. So what was the reason for you putting it out there?
Because you have to tell your own story. First and foremost, we are the creators of our lives. We are the directors of our movie. So we have to tell a story how we want the story told. Fuck what everybody else is saying. You tell your own story. And I even remember, like, in my videos, you would hear me say, "I invented cooking." I was getting flack from that, when I was working at Food Network. Then that's another affirmation. I was saying that I was going to end up at Food Network. I was the first Black intern they had in 15 years, and I got to work on Food Network too. In the midst of me mixing all these spices and stuff, while I was in culinary school. And so I got to see behind the scenes on how they made the videos, how they did they marketing deals, how they did the distribution, how they incorporated products into the videos for sales, the creation of the recipes behind the scenes. So I'm just soaking in all of this knowledge. But that was part of my vision board too, but it ended up happening. So the importance of, you asked me what the importance of the affirmations.
Yeah, putting it in video
or putting in video.
See, yeah, right.
Okay, so making music, all of this stuff is like casting spells. You understand? And when people hear casting spells, you think, oh, it's magic. No. Yeah. Spelling, when you write words, you're casting spells. Spelling, spells is in spelling. So you are writing it to what is to be.
Yeah.
You do that in music, you do that in visual art form, and you do that in writing. And you also do that because you're your own walking billboard. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you another example of how this stuff works. I remember one year, I did not have the money. I mean, to go to any of these food shows down in Miami or anywhere, the food shows were like $10,000 to get a booth. I didn't have it at the time. So what I did was I brought 3 friends with me. I had them holding up Spice King billboards with signs, and I had them walk around with a tray of spices. So I was a moving booth, and I got to meet everybody. And a person that I met there was very instrumental. His name was David Martin, very instrumental in helping me set my pricing up and helping me to get into stores because I was a walking billboard. So what I'm saying is, you have to tell your story. You direct your film. It is how you say it is. It is how you think it is. So we have to be very conscious and careful of our thoughts, our actions, and our perceptions on how we move.
Yeah.
Did that make any sense, what I'm saying?
100%.
Absolutely.
This video I saw recently, I forgot the speaker. It's like wills and wants. Yeah, I'm going to go. I want to become a millionaire, right? I want. You can say, or you can come back and say, well, I will become a millionaire. The will and versus wants are 2 different things. And,
I am.
Yes.
I am is the correct.
And I always talk about this group of people. I am is the most powerful words in mankind. Anything you put after I am, you're declaring it. And then people don't understand that I am a millionaire. I am a billionaire. I'm a top producer. And so, Keith, let me ask you a question. People ridicule you for the Spice King. These outfits are not normal chef. You know what I mean? You had to have unwavering belief in yourself.
You must. Nobody is going to believe in you. Nobody is going to believe in you the way you're going to believe in you. Nobody. Yeah. If you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. There's not going to be any handouts. None of that. You have to become what it is that you're seeking. Like I have some friends that are in real estate and they want to be top built real estate. So why aren't you making videos in front of the largest mansions?
Yeah.
Why aren't you renting the expensive cars to drive around with to meet your clients?
Yeah.
Why aren't you taking the visuals in the most expensive hotels? Why aren't you hanging out in the most lavish restaurants? You have to go where you have to just become it.
You have to become it.
If you want to be a ballerina, you shouldn't be on a football field.
Yeah.
It's a completely different technique, different sports, different groups.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go, you gotta find your tribe, you gotta go there and be that, become that. It's as simple as that.
Keith, let me ask you this, man. So what do you do every day? Do you have a planner? Do you have goals? How do you execute your day? You're living in a beach house. By the way, where's your house at?
Pompano Beach.
Wow. Good for you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how do you deal with that?
So
daily routine.
I have my rituals. My rituals are one. I'll just tell you. I'll tell you it all. So one, I drink. I've started drinking gold water, colloidal gold.
Okay.
Like I make my colloidal gold water because it improves your vibration and your mental clarity, and you vibrate.
Yes. Gold water.
I make my own gold water. You know, you can buy a colloidal gold machine, and I put 2 24-karat gold rods in it, and I charge it for like 24 hours, and I put the gold particles in the water. So I'm drinking gold, which emanates, when you think of aura, your aura, it starts with AU. AU is gold. I wear a lot of gold, not to be vain, but because of the energy that it transmits. You understand?
100%. I agree.
So I do that. And I also learned this science too. So whenever I go into my business meetings, I make a spray, and it has hold on a second, people are trying to call me. Rose water, rose oil. So whenever I go into place, I'm like a gift. I'm like a bouquet of roses. You understand? I do that I do that for myself to recognize my own value, and so that I'm treated that way when I go out in public. I write down every day I wake up, I play my music. If you play my Spice King music, I'm $1 billion brand. I'm the Spice King. I'm the spiciest man in the world. I'm in every store. I got all-purpose curry, seafood, barbecue. I'm saying all of this stuff in the song, in the music. I play my Spice King music, so I get myself psyched up mentally to go attack my day. And then I sit at my desk and I write out the things that I have to do. I have a big vision board. I'll go and look at it every day. I'll see where I'm headed, and I work backwards. I look at the goal and I work backwards. I know where I'm going. I know what my end target is. And so my actions are reversed to get to those points.
Reverse engineer.
Yes.
Keyword we use here more home. Reverse engineer backwards. So if you want to make $200,000, how do you do that? How many products do you sell? How many houses do you sell, right? Your daily habits. How many people do you talk to? Wow. That's crazy, man.
And that's what it is. And then, you know what? The God is so great. The universe is so great. The opportunities would become magnetized. I know it sounds like here, but I've gotten so many calls just this week for opportunities that I would have never even asked for. But because I have on my board that I'm $1 billion brand, it makes sense, because in order to get to my $1 billion, I got to make several million, 100 million to get to that point. So these deals would take me to those places.
How much have your deals increased the last 4 years? 25% every year, 30%?
Hundreds of percents, 400, 500%. Like, it's amazing. I'm amazed. I'm blown away. I'm humbled. I am so grateful. I'm so honored. I'm so appreciative. I have goosebumps, because I know the struggle it was mixing the spices in that hot ass garage in that metal bowl, going to all of the farmers markets, putting up those damn tents, getting burned by hot grease, coming home sweaty, lugging spices to this place, lugging spices to that place, giving stuff away for free, going into meetings where people were telling me no. It was a really hard, difficult struggle, mentally and financially and physically.
Wow.
But if you're able to get beyond those places and not dwell in those places, then you'll reach what you're trying to reach, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Keith, family still give you crap, or they accepted your success?
It's obvious that they see it, and my family is very supportive. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this for other people's validation, and that's the place that the most difficult. That has been the most difficult lesson for me thus far, is becoming reliant on people's validation, whether it's in love or romance. If your self-worth is tied to people's opinions or certain situations, or you're going to be at a losing place. And it could take you to such a depth of despair that it could be very hard to pull up out of, which it was for me. But the place where I'm at right now is that I don't need anybody's validation. I don't need anybody to tell me I look nice, because I know I look damn good. I don't need anybody to tell me my spices are good, because I know they're the best. I don't need anybody to tell me I'm a good person, because I do my very best to be the best person I can be every day. I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm kind and that I'm sweet, that I'm handsome, because I am those things, regardless if somebody tells me those things. I'm not. So the biggest lesson for me was to love myself, self-love, self-appreciation, not validation, but appreciation. Appreciation means to add value to. You have to add value to yourself, increase in value yourself and everyone around you through the benefits that you offer, the things that you give. You understand what I'm saying? So at times I go to, I'm perfectly fine going to the movies by myself, going out to eat by myself. I'm going on a cruise tomorrow by myself. Because the person that I was dating decided that, they wanted to be a not good person, So you can't base your validation on other people's actions because we're not in control of other people's actions. We're not in control of other people's words. We have to build a big shield, so everything bounces off. The arrows come, but they bounce off. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. The only way that we're going to go is forward and upward. We're going to have the best of success, the best of everything great. And we're going to be able to share and bless and touch so many lives and make people smile and make people happy. And that's what our mission is. And that's what it's going to be. That's the story. And that's what it is.
That's amazing. And your self-belief is so strong. God bless you, God. Michelle, question, Jessica, Rose, Edison.
I just, real quick, your faith and your outlook is absolutely beautiful. And thank you for sharing it this morning. And
thank you for having me.
Yes. And I would just be curious to know, like, your top 3 teachers, your most valued teachers to
teachers as in life or in books?
Life, books, just your top 3 go-to.
Okay.
Mentors.
So I'll tell you a few.
Mentors, teachers.
I'll give you more than 3. So the first one was I had a bus driver named Mr. Sanders when I was in 4th grade. At that time, I was obsessed with Michael Jackson and I loved everything Michael Jackson did as far as his art and his music and his theatrics. And so I would try to emulate him. He said one day, Keith, be yourself. Michael Jackson's already taken. Be you. That's the best advice ever. Everybody else is already taken. Be you. And love yourself. Be you. Next one was, you never know unless you try. My father told me that. Never know unless you try. Hey, you want to go to the moon? It's possible. You never know unless you try. You want to make whatever it is. You never know. It can happen unless you try. You got to try. Ain't no harm in trying. Just try. That's important too. The next I'll talk about 2 books. So the first book is called, everybody knows Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad talks about the benefits of being independent and having your own business, the importance of that. Then after you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, there was this book or a video called The Secret. And The Secret was life transformative for me because then that's when I started implementing all of the vision boards and the visualizations and all of that stuff. The Secret.
Best movie, the best book, both amazing.
Yeah, and then what took me the rest of the way was The Alchemist, because The Alchemist prepared me for all of the trials and hard times that was going to come, and it showed me to persevere until the end because the reward was just beyond those hardships. That would be my answer to your question.
Thank you so much.
Hey Keith, what's your driving factor, man? Like what was your motivation to want to do all of this from the beginning?
My motivation was to be the best that I can be.
Okay.
I have to be the best. I have to be the best for myself, because I would feel bad if I can't be my best.
Okay. Very good. So do you still use that same principle today, or has that changed? Has it evolved?
No, I'm still striving to be a better person, a better version of myself, a better human being, a better creature. I'm doing my very best to become better each day. And for me, being better is what it is for most people, just being better at everything and every situation, every experience.
What's your next target right now? What are you trying to reach for?
I'm going global. So we're partnering with the movie companies, like I told you. We're, creating products for them. I'm getting to all of the retail stores. Next year we got Target coming, Giant, Safeway, wakefern, and then we're going to go into Canada. And while we're working on Canada, I'm also going to be working on going into Asia, Japan, China, Korea.
Now, do you have a team
Africa
behind you? Like
yes.
a distribution team?
Oh, I forgot. So yes. So another book, I'm glad you mentioned that, was the 4-Hour Work Week. And the 4-Hour Work Week talked about the benefit of outsourcing, self-duplication. So yes, I have teams. I have everybody outsourced. Nobody lives where I live that works on my team. Everybody's in different states, different countries.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Where do you find those people, on Fiverr, or you just Google them?
It just happens that people are, when you're on your path, the right people will be magnetized to you at the right time. So you'll end up, you'll run into somebody, you'll go to a bar, or you'll be at another, I don't go to bars, but you'll go somewhere and you'll end up meeting somebody through conversation, or somebody will call you based on a referral. And you have to be, I'm very open when I need help. So I'll be on Instagram. That's how I started making my music. I went on Facebook. I'm like, yo, I need somebody that make beats. And several people hit me up, but only one real person was really dedicated and was hungry for it. His name was Stephen Carter. And he's been with me ever since, banging out all this spice music and stuff. So you'll run into the right people at the right time, and you'll have enough to filter through who's best. You got to learn to trust your intuition too.
But you have to have intention. You have to put it out there. You can't be this dumb and stupid to go to the universe, right? You have to say, hey, I'm gonna, put it out there. I'm gonna find the right person to take me to A to B to C to D, right? I mean,
well, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. So you got to take the first step to get to the second step to get to the 10th step. If I knew everything that would have been involved with doing the spice stuff, I probably would have had a heart attack at the beginning. But I was only given what I could handle at that time. And that was intense. That was intense. But thank God I was able to get through it and handle it. Yeah. And so to continue further growth, that's also intense, but I pray for, ask for, declare, accept, and know that I'll be just fine.
It's fine. And
everything's gonna work out in the best way.
Keith, let me ask you a question. Do you networking?
You must, everything is a networking.
Yeah.
Everything. And you never know. All you need is one yes.
Yes.
So okay, so the first trade show I went to,
yeah,
at the time, now I'm gonna say these numbers, but at the time, it don't sound like nothing to y'all. But at the time, for me, that was the fucking $1 million. That was $1 million.
Go for it.
My first grocery store account, the first trade show I went to, I think it was $6,000 that I had to pay to get to that. That was a lot of money for me. I didn't know
it's a lot of money. Listen, friend, most people. Money for us too.
Like, where the hell am I going to get $6,000? That was, for me at the time, that was a lot of money.
Investment.
Yeah, investment. And I didn't get any sales from that, but I made the connection, and I met Mr. Martin. And Mr. Martin then helped me formulate my prices and is my mentor to this day.
That's beautiful.
Helping me when I have questions, and he's the one who did all of my UPC codes on every one of my spice bottles. The UPC codes, he helped me get my UPC codes. That's invaluable. The last show I went to in Canada, I can't, that was probably triple that amount, and I met some people that are helping me get my product distributed in the country of Canada. So these investments, when I made those videos or cooking videos, it took everything out of me to pay for my cameraman, to pay for the ingredients, for the spices, for the meal. That was all the money I literally had. And then the next day I was probably eating a pack of ramen noodles or something like that, but that is how it works. You give your all and then you get it all.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you're saying is so powerful. I hear people say all the time, why network? Why I'm gonna find clients, I'm gonna find a buyer seller. And that's not the point. The point is not find a buyer seller to make a sale. That's not the point. The point is you'll meet someone here, then bring you over here.
You have to be present. If you want to be, listen, if you want to be the top real estate seller or investor, you got to be in those circles.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be in those circles.
100%.
You have to be there. You have to invest in. Don't you come there in no raggedy t-shirt either.
Yes.
You better dress the part.
Dress the part. Good point. How about mentorship? How important? For me, mentorship is super crucial. I've even paid for mentorship in the past. How important is mentorship for you?
Mentorship is everything.
Yes.
Also, because I don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure y'all are watching don't have all the answers either. I certainly know I don't have all the answers.
Sure.
So I need help from time to time. I need help all the time. I have somebody I can get on the phone with and call. Yo, what do you think about this? What do you think about this idea? How do I do this? How do I do that?
Brainstorm.
And you have to have people in your industry. And even a lot of people are afraid of competition too. Competition is very healthy.
Yes, I agree.
Because you keep each other sharp.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I have a friend, Tiffany Huntley with Huntley Sauces.
Okay.
She's now my mentor. She's in way more stores than I'm in. And there's a guy named Claude Booker with Home Sides. He's my mentor. He helps me. A lot of people, even not in my food industry, because business is universal all across the board. It's just the art of buying and selling. And the principles are universal. When you learn all the principles, somebody in real estate may show me how to stage a kitchen where it looks optimal for the camera, or they may ask me for, something else that may help them sell their, it just goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Thank you,
You
Keith,
never
so much
know.
for jumping on board, man. You're awesome. Jessica, anyone else, Rose, anyone has a good question for Keith Lorren, my buddy?
Yeah, I had a question. So, I mean, for everyone goes through it where some days or weeks are harder than others. Because I know I missed like half of this. Sorry, I'm sick.
I recorded for you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
All right. I was just wondering, like, on those days or weeks when it's like really hard, like, like if you're just struggling mentally and you feel like you're in a hole, like what would you recommend? Because sometimes it's hard to just like dig yourself out. It's very hard.
It's hard. You have to focus on what is to be. And that's why it's so important that you have a clear vision of what it will be for you. You have to have that clear vision and focus on what it will be. And each day you just do your best. That's all you can do, is do your best and let God do the rest. Do your best, let God do the rest, and know it's going to work out. How you envision it is how it will be. You have to become very strong at formulating that vision of what you want it to be and look like and feel like, and focus on that. Just focus on that. It's going to get better. Where you're at now is the past. But the future is so bright, it's so magnificent. It's going to be so wonderful when you get to do such and such. It's so wonderful when such and such. And you have to know that win is actually now. So start feeling the feelings of how it's going to feel like, what it look like, how it tastes, how it feels, what you're going to do with all that extra cash, who you want to help, what you want, focus, do out in that space. That is the answer. It will be better. It's going to get better. It's a progress. It's a journey. And you're going to look back on those hard times and be like, damn, how the hell did I get through those? But you did. That is the answer. And that's the answer. That's how I was able to get through the hard times. It will get better. And love yourself. Give yourself a hug. Tell yourself that you're beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Tell yourself that you're loved. Tell yourself that you're appreciated. Tell yourself that you're valued. Tell yourself that you matter. Tell yourself, I love you. I love you so much. You're a great person. You're so generous. You're so kind. You're so sweet. I love spending time with you. Tell yourself that. I love spending time with you. You're so much fun to hang around with. Tell yourself that I'm so smart in business. I'm successful. You know, this is the kind of talk that you have to have with yourself every day.
Self-talk.
Self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's work, but with practice, it becomes second nature. And and when you see it, everybody else will see it.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you feel it, everybody else will feel it. You got to practice being you, the best version of you, and everything else. This whole life, this whole journey is self-mastery. Because nothing else matters. You matter. You get yourself together, get your mind together, get your heart together, get your appearance together, get your health together, everything else, and get the love within yourself together. Everything else will literally be magnetic. And you could hold me to that. Watch how it comes. You're gonna be so amazed. You're gonna be sitting up there smiling. Oh wow, this feels so great. Like this is so wonderful. This is better. This is better. This is way better than I imagined it to be. And that's the honest truth. It's better. So do the self-work. Love yourself. Talk to yourself like that. Make that happen. Be your own best friend. Be your own boyfriend. Be your own girlfriend. Be your own parent. You know, be that for yourself. Show up for yourself. And then know what it will be for you. Know what your vision is. Write it down. Draw it on a piece of paper. Look at it every day. And that's what it will be. And you just do a little bit each day towards that. Make a call here. Make a call there. You can make is one call today. Good. That's a step. All you can do is go visit one house today. Good. That's a step. One post on social media today. That's a great step. One video. That's a great step. You talk to one neighbor or talk to one person to declare what it will be for you. That's a great step. That's wonderful. That is it. That's the magic right there. Even if you don't have nothing else to do, you go put on your suit or go put on your dress, go put on your tie, brush your hair, put on some perfume, go out there in the street, just walk around. Go walk around the high-end shops. Visualize how you're the top seller. Give yourself an award. You know what I'm saying? That's the magic right there.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. Keith,
that is the magic right there. Everything else will happen, but that is the magic. And that's the hardest part. That is the hardest part, is the self-mastery, loving yourself. It really is all about that.
Keith, how do you block out those negative people, man?
You can't block it out.
You say, for example, like, you know, sometimes, and I struggle with that, right? Sometimes I'll put out content, you know what I mean? And I'll get people to say, hey, man, no one's watching that, blah, 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 blah. And I let it get into my head, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
And that's where I'm, you know, where I need to get better as, like, don't listen to the people that are telling you, no, that doesn't work. This doesn't work.
No,
I mean, it's not going to work the first time, the second time, but I think, you know, the more you do it, the more it's going to catch on, right?
Well,
so
remember
how do you handle that?
You're not doing this for other people. That's the whole problem. You're doing this for self. I'm not saying you particularly, but I'm saying so many people are doing this stuff for validation, for outward validation, outward likes, outward pat on the back. You did good. What I'm saying is, do that shit for yourself. Pat your own damn self on the back. Hug yourself. Like your own post. Make the post because you enjoy what you do. Make the post because you want to add the most value. You have the best home to sell. You have the best product to give out. All you need is one yes. And just based off of the law of numbers, you're going to get it. So you're not doing this for anybody in particular other than your own self-worth. You're doing this because you want to be the best version of yourself. So with every post, every comment, every video, every song, every article that your clothing of you make, you're doing it so that you can be, the best version of yourself and to benefit other people. But it's not for anybody in particular, but you're giving the good out to benefit everybody. You understand? Whether one person likes it or a million people like it, all you need is one. And you already gave yourself the first like. So you already accomplished that. Whatever happens after that is going to happen anyway, just based off of the law of numbers, the law of averages. I know that when I make a video and I get 100,000 views, there will be a certain percentage of those people that are going to buy my product. If they don't buy it this time, at least they know about it for the next time,
right?
Or the next time. So all of this stuff is very cumulative. There is no strike it rich the next day.
Right.
It's going to take years of development and
trust the process. Yeah.
The process. I could, at the time that I got my first grocery store account with Stop and Shop, with that $25,000 order, if I had been given a $100,000 order, I would have failed. I would have fell on my face. Likewise, when I got my first $100,000 order, if I got the $1 million order, I would have failed. The leap is too big. But you're lifting the weights. You get the one order, the next sale, the next sale, the next sale. It's cumulative. You do the one post, you get better at it. The next post, more people will like it because you done got better. So that's how it is. It's cumulative. And we got to stop looking for outside validation. You do it because you love to do it and you want to add value. And there's going to be somebody out there that will benefit from it. And that's how I look at it. I don't care. I stopped caring about the comments and I stopped caring about what people think about me because that's none of my business.
I love it.
That's the hardest part. That's honestly right there. That's the hardest. All of this stems with your heart and you being the best version of yourself. And once you
get your ego on check, I think a lot of this stuff comes from ego too. You know, we're all very egotistical creatures. And when we hear someone give us a negative criticism, we tend to take it personal instead of just let the ego just kind of just suppress the ego and say, who cares, man?
Well, you know,
I want to be true to who I am.
I have this mentor down South Florida told me recently, he goes, listen, for example, if Edison thinks, KB, you're an idiot or you're a bad person, it's okay. That's Edison's opinion of you. Edison has every right to have his opinion about you, KB. That should not affect you. You cannot get mad at him or Keith or Jessica or Rose to think I'm evil, I'm a bad person. That's your opinion. And you have the right to have your opinion. It was so powerful for me. But same like Edison, I also get feedback and, you know, like, oh man, what do you think you are? You call yourself a rock star realtor on social media, so corny, that's what this is, whatever. And it gets through your head, you know what I mean? And I go, man, like, you're my boy. But, you know, now I'm starting to say, wait a minute, that's your opinion. You have every right to think that. That doesn't mess with my energy.
You know what's funny about all of this stuff is that our biggest supporters are not the ones that are in our circle.
No, you're right. That's true.
Very few of your close family members or friends are going to buy your service or hire you, or very few of them.
And when they do, they want a discount.
They're going to want a discount. Your biggest support and biggest sales are going to come from complete strangers.
Yeah.
So let's get that straight first and foremost. The people around you are not going to support you the way you need to be supported.
Yeah.
Get in the habit of supporting ourselves and being our own. There's an expression about an infinity loop. We got to become our own infinity loop of positivity for ourselves. And we have to understand, we have to understand that there's going to be highs in the circle and lows in the circle, highs and lows, but it's going to keep coming around with the positivity.
Yeah. But the infinity sign is like this, right? So it goes
it's
up,
like
goes down, goes up, it goes back. It's
going to come back.
That's awesome. Keith,
but
man,
it's hard, but we got it. We got this. It's hard, but guess what?
Man.
We got this.
We got this. Keith, you know, man, I'm not surprised why we met 5 years ago, man. Our thought process.
We were supposed to be. Yeah. Keep each other sharp.
Man. Exactly. And you know, and now I'm thinking, I met you 5 years ago to have you on the show today and have Jessica walk away and have Rose walk away and Michelle walk away, and Shanier walk away, Addison walk away, and myself to walk away. So wait a minute, like, man, why am I beating myself up? Why am I doing this? Why should I do that? And watch, you know, today will be a better day. Guys, any other questions for Keith? He's a busy man.
Hey Keith, would you be open to doing a conference?
Absolutely.
KB and I've been bouncing this idea of doing a conference here in Orlando. We don't have conferences of successful entrepreneurs sharing their story and bringing some good value, and it's a good way for us to also spread our brand and stuff out there. So
I would love that. You just let me know the details and I'll be there.
2023.
Jessica, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. I honestly I had to walk away because I found it very powerful today. We all go to the super success stories, but I'm in the point of my business where sometimes there's no gas in that tank, and
I know.
Sometimes your family is like, go get a job, or you have
It
people in your
hurts.
circle that don't believe in you. It's like, are you trying to? I don't want to give up on this business. I'm in the point where it's like I feel like I'm being tested. It's like, okay, where are we going next? Because I could go get a job. Am I gonna be happy and fulfilled with that job? No. So definitely very powerful. Would love if you could share your Instagram so we can follow you.
Instagram.
I'll do it right now.
Instagram.
I'll share it right now.
Instagram is The Spice King.
I'll do it right now.
And I've seen you before. I've heard of you because obviously, so it's just honestly inspirational because we all, like Edison said, we get questioned. People doubt us, like, why are you wearing that? Why you think you're this, especially your family, right? Yeah. But it's just inspiration just to have that believe in yourself because we got to say that to ourselves every day, in the morning, and it's like powerful.
Here's what I learned: we can't fault them. We cannot fault them, and I don't want you to fault those people that told you to go get a damn job and doubted your business, because you know what? That's all comes out of fear, and we got to remember that we're all in this human journey, and we're all beat upon. We're all abused in some way. And so them saying those things to you are just out of pain or out of fear because maybe they weren't able to do what you're about to do. And them saying that you're crazy for wanting to do this, if you were them, maybe you would be crazy, but you're you. And so you're not. And it is how you say it is. You just stick in there through those tough times. You keep going. Don't take the shortcut. Fight it out. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I was tempted to go get jobs too.
Yeah.
I was tempted to go get jobs, but boy, am I glad I did it. Oh boy, am I glad I did it. Because guess what? The same energy that you're going to have to put to go get that extra job or drive that extra Uber. So you could be marketing your product. You never know when your biggest sale is going to come. I'm going to tell you something that's I ain't never told nobody this, but this happened recently, not too long ago. I had all my money in my bank account was gone because I had to pay everybody. Everybody got paid. Everybody had money. Everybody got paid. I had $3 in my account. I had $3 cash in my account, in my hand. $3. You know what I did? I went to Publix. I got me a 99-cent frozen Michelina meal. I got a Reese's and I got a water. And it ended up being $3. And I was like, you know what, God, this is funny. I was like, this is funny. Because I know I'm a $1 billion brand. This is just a test. And the very next day, I had the largest check I ever received in the mail. The very next day. And that same day that I had that $3 and I was about to warm up my Michelina microwave meal, one of my neighbors walked up to me and said, "Hey, aren't you the Spice King?" It's like, "Yeah." "Oh man, I got some family in town. We would love to have you cook for us. You don't have to buy anything. Just come over. We'll buy all the ingredients and we want you to cook everything." Man, when I tell you how much food they had, and a tear literally came on my eyes. Like, God, I'm sitting here about to warm up a microwave meal, and you done presented before me a whole feast. And the feast that I'm about to do is with my gift. Look, my eyes are watering. The feast that I'm about to prepare is with my gift, and I didn't have to spend nothing. And then look, I got the largest check I ever got in my whole life. What a test. What a test to how God works, how the universe works. My words to you are, enjoy this time period that you're in this struggle, because it's going to feel so funny. Let me tell you something. When I got that large check, it was hundreds. The check was big. The check was really big. It was hundreds of thousands of dollars. It didn't put me too far. Like, my eyes are watering. It didn't put me too far away from a million. Anyway, I went to that bank And as I was driving to the bank, I was yelling out everything everybody had ever said to me. You need to get a fucking job. When are you going to be the man of the house? When are you going to make some money to contribute to the family? Why do you got to look like that? Nobody's going to buy your product with your dreads on your head looking like an N-word. Your products are too black. Nobody wants to buy your flavor. Who do you think you are? You wearing all this gold? You're not a rapper. Who do you think? I was yelling all of that stuff right to the damn bank.
I love it.
Love it.
Right to the bank. And I was
Round of
screaming
applause,
so
baby.
loud. I was screaming so loud. The people at the stop sign was looking at me. And I was yelling. You stick to what you're doing. It's like my eyes are watering because this shit is hard. This stuff is hard.
Affirmation from me because
Ooh,
I was
this
just
stuff
saying
is
that
hard.
thing, like
those words are painful. The vibe, the energy of those people are painful. It's so painful when people doubt you so openly. And one person told me, if I were you, I would take your business in the backyard and shoot it dead. It's been this long. It ain't worked this long. Why don't you just give up and get a job like everybody else? You think you better than you think you better than us? You think you better than everybody? Why you can't go get a job like everybody else? There's already spices on the shelf. Why do we need your spices? What makes you so special? Man, let me tell you something. I'm doing better than all them people right now. I'm doing better than all of them people right now. And it feels good. And it's not out of no arrogance and no ego, but it's out of the appreciation for the gift of being able to live in your joy, live in your passion, live in your gift. There's nothing better than waking up every day and love what you're doing and be excited about it. And then when you start getting the material blessings of it too, oh my goodness, it's so nice. So I told you tomorrow I'm going on a whole cruise by my damn self. Oh, I'm having a good time. You hear me? I'm having me a good time. I'm getting every drink, every meal.
You can come with you, man.
Look, I'm allergic to lobster.
Listen,
I'm allergic to shellfish, but I'm still getting me some lobster and crab. Listen, I'm having a good time.
That's beautiful, man.
And it's going to be the same thing for you. It's going to be the same thing for you.
Wow.
So you just stick there. You stick with it. You keep working. You keep marketing. You keep affirming. You keep getting dressed up. I don't have to get dressed up every day anymore, but at least 3 times a week, I'll get dressed up just to walk around, just for the hell of it, because it puts you in a winner's energy.
That's right, baby. That's right.
We are all winners. So you get dressed up, polish yourself up, shine yourself out. Go, if you're doing real estate, drive by the biggest mansions. Go on Hillsborough Boulevard and drive by about $500 million mansion.
I saw those. Those are crazy.
Yeah, that's right in my neighborhood. I could
That's
walk
amazing.
there.
Those are beautiful houses.
That's gonna be my next style of house.
Down there.
Right there. Yeah,
amazing.
Right there. I'm gonna have and right now I'm blessed. I have the ocean in the front and I have the intercoastal on the back. Now I have to build me one of them big mega mansions or the spice mansions. Just like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's for you.
Keith, thank you so much, man. Man, I'm so happy, so proud to be your friend. I'm so happy we've been in touch, and I thought about you the other day. I'm like, wait a minute, my boy Keith Lorren, why not have him on the show? And I can tell, I think we made some impact today, man. I can tell a little bit maybe with fantastic, a huge impact. Keith, I love you, man. You're awesome.
Love you too, man. Hey, listen, let's be the best, y'all. We the best. We're gonna be the best versions of ourselves. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna win it, and it's all for us. Let's go. And we're gonna share it and just enjoy the process and just smile. It's for us. Let's go.
Keith, do you come to Orlando at all?
I can.
Okay, we have a podcast. We do business casual at the office. I'm in South Florida quite a bit for business, and my in-laws are there, so I'm right near you. I'll stop by. We'll do a podcast there maybe. And then next year, 2023, I'm putting it out there. We are putting it out there. We will do a mastermind convention. We'll have speakers come on, share the story. And you'll be one of our speakers. We'll send you the details soon. Probably be Q2, Q3, me, Edison, Juan, the 3 partners and more homes to put it together. And we would love to have you there. So
I would be honored.
Thank you, man.
Honored.
Thank you so much.
You guys stick with your plan and you keep being the best.
Awesome.
Do your best, let God do the rest. All right.
Allison,
last
you have a
question, really
Thank
quick.
you.
Go for it. Allison, go.
Do you do mentorship at all? Have you done that? Do you offer mentorship?
People call me all the time. Well, I don't give up my number like that, but people message me all the time, and I'm always happy to stop the time and answer their questions and write to them and give them an encouraging word, or something to help them get through the next level of their business. I'm all for that, and we all need that. Even I need that too. So what you give is what you get. So we got to keep giving so we can keep getting.
Absolutely. Keith, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate
All right,
you.
blessings.
Thank you so much, guys. Bless up, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and
Bye, guys.
gentlemen.
Thank
Jessica.
you.
Bye now. Thank you, Keith.